New Zealand 320 for 5, Latham 118, Young 107, Phillips 61, Naseem 2-63, beat Pakistan 260, Khushdal 69, Babar 64, Oroq 3-47, Santner 3-66 by 60 runs. Pakistan had to wait for nearly 3 decades for a global tournament to return to their country, but New Zealand spoiled their party on the opening day of the Champions Trophy, handing the co-hosts a 60-run loss in Karachi. In a short, sharp tournament, where each team plays just 3 group stage games, a defeat like this might jeopardize Pakistan's chances of making the semi-finals. Will Young and Tom Latham were the architects of their team's victory, both batters scoring outstanding hundreds to set up the dominance that followed, but there was also a little bit of luck. 2 balls into the game, Fakhar Zaman suffered an injury while chasing a cover drive from Young and was forced off the field for large parts of the first innings. As a result of the time spent off the field, Fakhar, whose big hitting is exactly what was necessary for a big chase, could not open the batting in their pursuit of 321. And when he came out to bat at number 4, Pakistan were 22 for 2 in 10 overs at the time. He was visibly hampered while running between the wickets. New Zealand's off-spinners, Michael Bracewell and Glenn Phillips, kept hiding the ball away from his reach and made life even more difficult for him. Fakhar's tortured stay eventually ended when Bracewell bowled him with a non-turner for 24 off 41 balls. Just like Fakhar, most of the Pakistan batters failed to get out first gear, including Babar Azam, who needed 81 balls for his 50. New Zealand's attack was depleted by the injuries to Lockie Ferguson and Ben Sears, but their spinners made up for that on a pitch that offered turn and variable bounce. The spinners were so good that New Zealand didn't need Nathan Smith, their third seamer, until the 31st over. By then Pakistan's asking rate had almost touched 10 an over. New Zealand were also depleted by the injury-enforced absence of Richie Ravindra, but Young and Latham scored tone-setting hundreds before Glenn Phillips provided an electric finish. In all, New Zealand plundered 113 off their last 10 overs to finish with 320. That total, however, had looked so far away when New Zealand were reduced to 40 for 2 in the 9th over and then 73 for 3 in the 17th over. That's when Young got together with Latham to repair the early damage and then boss the middle overs. Young has spent much of his international career on the fringes. He might not have played this game had Ravindra been fit, and despite his maiden international 100 away from home, he might make way for Ravindra once the all-rounder recovers. In Kane Williamson's absence, Young had emerged as the player of the series in New Zealand's historic 3-0 sweep of India in India, but was left out for Williamson in New Zealand's very next test against England at home. However, whenever Young gets an opportunity, he's ready to take it, like he demonstrated once again on Wednesday. After Devon Conway was undone by a carom ball from mystery spinner Abra Ahmed for 10 and Williamson fell for his first single-digit ODI score in 6 years, in the next over, Young reined himself in and saw off challenging spells from Abra and Naseem Shah. Young brought up his third 50-plus score in 9 innings in Pakistan and converted it into a century. He got there in 107 balls in the 35th over, with Ravindra warmly applauding him from the dressing room. As for Latham, he rattled off his own 100 off 95 balls and remained unbeaten on 118 off 104 balls. It capped a remarkable turnaround for him after he had come into the Tri-Series final on the back of 3 ducks, stretching back to the Auckland ODI against Sri Lanka in January. After being assisted by multiple reprieves on his way to 56 in the Tri-Series final against Pakistan, Latham reminded the world of his full range. He played a variety of sweeps, including the reverse, off a variety of lengths to disrupt Pakistan's spinners. 52 of his 118 runs came square or behind square on the leg side. After Young holed out for 107, Latham forged 125-run partnership with Phillips for the 5th wicket off just 74 balls. Having been on 10 off 18 balls, Phillips surged to his 50 off his next 16 balls. He had launched Shaheen for back-to-back sixes, and then when he shaped to ramp Haris Rauf over short third, he ended up toe-ending it to the fielder for 61 off 39. Phillips wasn't done though. He produced the play of the day when he leapt to his left from point, stuck out one hand above his head and held onto a screamer to dismiss Mohammad Rizwan for 3 off 14 balls on the last ball of the first power play. Will O'Rourke had already dismissed Saad Shakil, the makeshift opener in place of Fakhar, for 6 in the 4th over. Matt Henry, who had missed the Tri-Series final with a knee niggle, also kept it tight in the first power play, which yielded Pakistan only 22 for 2. It was Pakistan's lowest score in the first 10 overs since March 2019 and third lowest in the history of the Champions Trophy. There would be no way back for them, despite late blows from Khushdal Shah, who hit 69 off 49 balls, and the lower order. Pakistan were ultimately bowled out for 260 in the 48th over. In his first match at a global event as New Zealand captain, Santner came away with 3 wickets, though he took some tap at the end. For the third time in a space of 2 weeks, New Zealand put Pakistan away with ruthless efficiency and embellished their status as title contenders.